Hi, I'm Dan. Hello. As you can tell by the sound of my voice today that I'm sick. So I thought, what better topic to talk about than talk about being sick while being sick? I don't usually get sick very often. I remember getting sick a lot growing up, but it was usually like once a year, and it was always around the holidays. Usually these days I get sick around the cold or the spring seasons, usually with my allergies and the cold weather and whatnot. It's hello, coughing and phlegm and plugged up nose and all that wonderful crap. But I don't think I've ever dealt with a worse sickness than the time I got mono. The year is 2013 and I got selected for jury duty. And the entire time I was in jury duty, I felt miserable. It was awful. Like, I was uncomfortable. I couldn't enjoy sitting down. I couldn't enjoy doing anything. Knowing that my sister had mono, I asked her, so what are the symptoms? And then she started explaining them to me and I'm like, oh shit, I have mono. So she told me I should probably go into a walk-in clinic, to confirm it before just assuming, because it could be strep throat and you don't want that. So I went in, and that was probably the biggest mistake. I go in, the doctor makes me wait forever, and he checks for strep throat, obviously, put a little extra cash in his pocket. And then he finally, gives me a shot and says, yep, you definitely had mono. You should probably rest until this is over. So he gave me a doctor's note and told me there was a non-mandatory checkup a week later that I could come in for. And I'm like, cool, it's not mandatory. I'm not going to worry about it. Went to work, told him the situation, and I was just out. For a week, I sat on a really uncomfortable couch, not the one you see behind me. I originally had this really ugly blue couch that was really low to the ground, and my roommate was gone for the week, so I just had the apartment to myself for a week watching Netflix nonstop and being in constant pain. And I could really tell I had mono too because I couldn't enjoy food. So the only thing I had that week was probably like a banana a day, just keep me from starving to death. And so the week was over and I was pretty stoked, and I had my first meal in a long time. My sister bought me a burger and fries from this restaurant that I like going to, and oh man, it was absolute heaven. Just going without those kind of foods for a week and then eating them again is just absolutely heavenly. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of patience to do that when I'm healthy, so. Now the worst part about all of this is that I had that non-mandatory checkup and whatnot, so I assumed, okay, I just don't have to go. That'll be fine. But then I got the bill for it. Apparently, with doctor's notices, even if it's not mandatory, you still gotta call in and tell them that you're not gonna show up, because the doctor shows up and expects to get paid, and he has to get paid. I had to pay a good chunk of money for not showing up to a doctor's appointment. I was pretty pissed, and when I think about it, I still am pretty pissed. What a terrible system. And one really good thing did come out of me having mono, and that was that I had lost weight. And people complimented me on my looks. They're like, Dan, you look great. I'm like, I look great. And all it took was a horrible disease to make me look this way. So I guess the moral of this story is try to take good care of yourself. Wash your hands. Drink lots of orange juice. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. And God bless.
Dan!